Oak Island 2025 Discovery. The hidden structure. What did they find on Oak Island this time? Even the digging crew couldn't believe it. When the new episode began, everything went quiet and the camera focused on a spot where something heavy was buried underground. There was no map or clue, but everyone could tell something big was hidden there. As soon as the team started digging, an old stone building came up from the dirt. It was a building that had been missing for hundreds of years, but people had always told stories about it. One team member said, "If this is real, then everything we know about Oak Island will change." The big question is this where that mysterious treasure is hidden? Is this a secret room built by the Templar Knights, or is it some secret that has been kept from the world until now? One thing's for sure, what they showed in this episode has never happened before. What happens next will keep you glued to your screen. And yes, if you're interested in discovering mysteries and treasures like this, then subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss what happens next. Oak Island's old history and the twisted truth. The Oak Island story starts in 1795, on a small Canadian island, where some boys saw something weird. The ground had sunk under a tree, and it looked like someone had been digging there. Today we call that place the Money Pit. Picture this. In the 1700s, 3 teenage boys start digging a hole. Every few feet down, they find proof that people had already dug there before. Wooden boards, coconut fibers that shouldn't be there, and strange layers of dirt in some places. But the biggest shock came when they found a stone slab with coating about 90 feet down. There were weird symbols on that slab. When someone finally figured out what it said later, it read 40 feet below, 2 million lie buried. That means treasure worth $2 million is buried 40 feet below. That's where the crazy hunt for Oak Island's treasure began. Over the centuries, many teams came and dug, but each time they got flooded, the tunnels fell down, or something happened that made the mystery even deeper. Some people think the Templar Knights hid their treasure here. Others say Shakespeare's original writings are buried here, and some people even think there's a secret room belonging to a secret society here. Over the years, millions of dollars have been spent. Many lives have been lost, but no real answer has been found yet. The most special thing about Oak Island is that the more you dig, the more mysterious it gets. With every dig, a new theory and a new story comes out. So the question stays, is all this just rumors? Or is there really a secret underground that could change history? The 2025 excavation, new technology, new location in 2025. Digging at Oak Island took a new turn. This time, Rick and Marty Legina's team started digging in a place where no one had ever paid attention before. The area between Lot 5 and Lot 9. This place had been empty for years. But this time they found some information that got everyone's attention. Satellite scans and ground-penetrating radar showed a straight, flat surface underground that looked like an old building. The team thought there might be a secret room, tunnel, or hidden wall there. What was special was that this time, the team used the most advanced technology for digging. First, they set up ground-penetrating radar (GPR) that could estimate what was happening up to 100 feet below ground. After this, they did light scanning that makes 3D maps of the whole site. Things that you can't see with your eyes show up on the computer screen. Not only that, they also used techniques like magnetometer surveys and sonic drilling that helped the team know what was under the ground. Rock, metal, or any empty space. All these scan reports showed there was something big in one place. It seemed like a strong wall or a room made of heavy stones was buried there. Marty clearly told the team, "Now we'll work with science, not guessing. These techniques don't lie." This time the digging was done very carefully. No heavy machines, no explosions. Everything was dug layer by layer so whatever was below wouldn't get damaged. Every move was being recorded with drone cameras, and every section of the dig was being analyzed live. What they found so far was just a peek, but the team was confident they were very close to something big. Maybe to that secret the whole world has been looking for 2 centuries. Something heavy underground, and a hidden structure. When the digging started, everything seemed normal at first. Dirt, stones, some old pieces of wood, and wet ground. But then suddenly during the digging, there was a moment that took everyone's breath away. As soon as an expert digger's tool hit a solid object, there was a strange sound, exactly like the sound you hear when you hit a wall. The team immediately stopped and started cleaning the area. In a short time, a flat surface that looked like cement appeared. At first, it seemed like it might be a big rock, but when they looked carefully, they could see the shape of lines, exactly like something humans built. After digging a little more, an edge appeared like it was the wall of a room. There were light marks on the surface. In some places, it looked like it had been cut with a tool. By now, the team was sure this wasn't a natural formation, but an old structure built by people. It didn't stop at just the wall. As the digging went deeper, a corner opened up that looked like a doorway or entrance. And this is where the suspense got deeper. Marty himself said in front of the camera, "This is the most solid thing we've found on Oak Island so far. This isn't just a clue. It could be an entry point, a way to the treasure." You could see in Rick's eyes that things were different. This time, there was something special about this structure, that texture, that angle, that curved corner. Everything was planned. Now, the biggest question for the team was, is there a secret room hidden behind this wall? Is this the same place that's been talked about for centuries? Or is this a tunnel that reveals the layers of a big conspiracy? What is this structure? When that big, strong structure was found during the Oak Island dig, the biggest question for the team was, what is this? Was it built by some ancient people, or is it just nature playing tricks? No one understood at first glance. But as more layers of that structure were uncovered, doubts started turning into belief. The layers of stones they found were perfectly straight in a perfect line. And the biggest thing, every stone seemed to be the same size and shape, like someone had measured and cut them. If this was natural, there wouldn't be such a perfect pattern. Also, the gap between the stones was equal too, like someone had stacked them like bricks. The experts there immediately said, natural rocks are never found in such clean lines. Now the team's attention went to those surfaces, where faint marks and signs of cutting were visible. In some places, it looked like some tool had been used on them. Not only that, the pieces of wood found in the soil were also connected to this structure. That wood wasn't from today's time. They estimated it could be from around 1600 or 1700. If this is true, then it clearly means this structure was definitely touched by human hands. Some people said it could be part of an old warehouse, while others felt it could be a room built to protect treasure. But the question still remained the same. Who were the people who built it? Were they Templar Knights or members of some other secret society who hid this place centuries ago? One thing was certain. This wasn't just a pile of rocks. There's the story behind it. There's a purpose. And this purpose was going to become Oak Island's biggest discovery. The secret tunnel discovery. When that strong stone wall appeared, and digging was done along its sides, the team's eyes got stuck on a strange spot. There was a corner that seemed different from the rest of the structure. The soil there was a little loose, and there was movement like air coming from that part. It seemed like there was a hollow space inside. The team suspected this could be an old door or path that leads to a hidden room or tunnel inside. Rick immediately ordered to open that part slowly, and work should be done by hand instead of machines, so nothing gets damaged. As the digging of that part continued, a small gap appeared between the walls. The team put a camera in it, a small fiber optic camera that can go even in narrow places. When the camera footage came on the monitor, everyone's eyes went wide. Inside, a long narrow tunnel-like place was visible. The walls were completely flat, like they were made by humans. And the most surprising thing was that there were wooden support beams installed in some places inside the tunnel, and they had an old-fashioned design. Now the team was completely convinced this wasn't a natural formation, but a secret tunnel built by people. The question was, where does this tunnel go? And is there a room behind it? A vault, or some other structure? The tunnel was so narrow that no human could enter it right now. But the camera went quite far, and they saw a place there that was slightly open, like a room. Exactly like the one described in treasure stories. But the story doesn't end here. When the team started looking carefully at the walls and surface around that tunnel, another big discovery was made. Some strange marks were seen on the surface of the stones. At first, it seemed like these might be marks from digging tools. But looking carefully, they understood this was some old-fashioned carving. Some marks looked like crosses, very old-style crosses that are often seen in stories about Templar Knights. One corner also looked like it had some writing carved on it, some language that wasn't English, maybe Latin, or a secret code. The team immediately took photos of the markings and sent them to an expert who was skilled at reading ancient signs and writing. He said they looked like Templar symbols and might point to a specific direction or place. It was no longer just about digging. It was about finding a historical clue, a clue that had been buried in the soil for hundreds of years. And as the digging went deeper, many pieces of old rotten wood came up from the ground. Some pieces looked like they had been part of a door or staircase, while others were straight beams or support poles. One piece of wood also had burned edges. It looked like a fire or torch had been used there at some point. Now think, if there was a need to light a fire underneath, then humans must have been there. Rick himself said at one point, all the things we saw today cannot be a natural combination. Someone built all this here with lots of planning for some purpose. And honestly, it was now becoming clear that this Oak Island structure isn't just stone and soil. It's the key to a very big mystery. The team was now thinking hard. Does this room lead to the Templar Knights' treasure? Is this the vault of some old secret society? And is there a map or code in the symbols made on the walls that will help reach that vault? So many connections were starting to come together. And now Oak Island's mystery started to seem deeper and more dangerous than ever. A deliberately hidden place. As the digging went deeper, the team realized this place was no ordinary structure. The walls, tunnels and rooms they had found so far weren't just hidden. They were deliberately hidden. Each stone was placed in a special way. The soil on top was also different, like it had been brought from outside and laid so that what was below couldn't be seen. This wasn't a sudden pit or natural cave. This was a planned, carefully designed place, and its purpose was one thing: to hide. When the team looked at how the stones were put together between the walls, they could see a special kind of engineering. The joints of the stones were so precise that neither air nor water could pass between them. And this is a big deal in an area surrounded by water, like Oak Island. Then the wooden beams found around the tunnel were proof that someone had planned to keep this structure strong. On top of that, some parts also had materials that were from outside the island, like coconut fibers, which aren't found in Canada. This clearly meant someone had brought materials from outside to make it secret. Now think, no one would go to such lengths for no reason. There must have been a reason, either to hide something very valuable, or to bury a secret forever. One team member even said, this place isn't just hidden. It was hidden by someone, and by people who thought of everything. The team's reactions when all this was revealed to Rick and Marty Lagina. Their reaction was worth seeing. Marty, who always thinks practically, was quiet this time. He kept looking at the wall, and then said, I've never seen anything like this in my life. If this is true, then this is bigger than all our exploration missions so far. Rick, who always gets emotional, had a strange glow on his face. He didn't say anything for a long time, just kept staring at that wall like he was reading it. Then Rick said in front of the camera, we've been digging here for years. We used to find something every time, but what we found this time isn't just a discovery. It's the answer. It feels like we're uncovering that part of a story that was always kept hidden. There was a different tone in his voice, like he was convinced that now the truth isn't far away. Other team members also gave their reactions. Jack Begley, who looks at every little thing carefully, said, this is the most solid structure ever. Someone built it and hid it, and we're uncovering his story. Gary Drayton, who's a metal detector expert, also believed that something very big is hidden under this place. Maybe not treasure, but some historical document or secret information. Marty said something else that was very deep. Oak Island always tests us every time we think we're close. It reveals another layer. But this time, it feels like we've finally got hold of the key to the safe that's been holding us back until now. The sparkle in the team's eyes wasn't just from discovery. It was from the suspense that was about to unfold. Until now, everything was just guessing and theories. But this time what was in front of them was concrete, touchable, and it was saying, by itself, that yes, there's something here, and that something is very special. Now the biggest question in front of the Oak Island team was, will they be able to open this secret path? Is what they discovered just the beginning? Or is the real treasure waiting behind it? Whatever it is, one thing was clear. Rick and Marty's biggest discovery to date was in front of them, and they themselves were surprised that they had actually seen something that was only in books and stories until now. Old theories come back to life, as new clues started coming out in the digs. Old theories about Oak Island started to come back to life. The first and most powerful theory is about the Templar Knights. Many people believe that around 1300, when the Templar Knights were shut down in Europe, they hid their treasure and documents somewhere. Now the question is Oak Island that same place? The structure they found, the way it's built, the precision in its design, doesn't seem to be from any ordinary time. And then the cross-like symbols found on the walls also match Templar symbols. The Templar Knights didn't just have wealth. They also had secrets, religious, political, and scientific. Some people believe they had parts of the Bible that were hidden by the church. If this really is their secret vault, then not only treasure, but documents that can change history might be found. The second big theory is about the Freemasons. This is also a secret society whose roots go back hundreds of years. Freemasons have always hidden their heritage through secret tunnels, symbols, and special places. The coded stone slab found in Oak Island's dig, and the Latin-like writing that's been found now, also supports this theory. Some historians even say that Freemasons and Templars were somehow connected to each other. Oak Island might have been a joint plan of these two secret societies. With so many theories, now only one question is going around in people's minds. Are we really uncovering the centuries-old security technology of a secret society? And if yes, then what were they hiding? Wealth, weapons, or some truth that revealing it could be dangerous for the world? But among all this, there's one more thing that makes Oak Island even scarier. The curse of this place. For years, a story has been going around that Oak Island's treasure won't be found until 7 people lose their lives here. So far, 6 people have died during digging. And this time, when a new structure has been found, some people have started to feel that maybe the end has come. People might think this theory is just a rumor, but some team members take it very seriously. Rick Lagina has said many times on camera that he doesn't believe in such stories. But when something happens again and again, then a person is forced to think. And Marty has also joked many times that if a 7th death is needed, then they'll all work wearing helmets. Actually, the scary atmosphere gets deeper when some strange events start happening during digging. Sometimes the machine stops by itself. Sometimes the camera feed suddenly disappears. And sometimes team members hear strange sounds from below, like someone is knocking from underneath. Some people say, "Oh, this is just coincidence." But Oak Island's atmosphere is such that every small thing there becomes a mystery. Now that the dig has reached the point where the inner tunnel is about to open, the question is, was this place intentionally closed so no one comes near it? And is this curse pointing to some truth? From history to mystery, from religion to fear, Oak Island has everything together. And when you connect all these links, it starts to seem like there's something here that the world hasn't been allowed to know, maybe because that truth is too big. So now the Lagina brothers and their team have 2 choices. Either they stop the digging and leave this mystery there, or they open that last door to whether behind it there's truth, treasure, or death. What happens next? Now that such a big discovery has been made at Oak Island, a strong stone wall, mysterious tunnels, old signs, and wooden remains. The next question is, what is the team going to do now? Will the digging stop here, or will it go further? For Rick and Marty, this is no longer just digging. It's become a mission they have to complete no matter what. And that too when all the hard work so far seems to be paying off. For now, the team has stopped digging for some time, so all the samples and evidence can be properly examined. Many pieces of soil and would have been sent to the lab for carbon dating so they can know how old they actually are. Besides this, some experts have been called for the coded signs they found, people who are experts at reading ancient languages and signs. The team is now fully planning how to send humans into that tunnel without any danger, because some parts there are still very delicate. The most interesting thing is that this time the government is also showing interest in this discovery. Local authorities have increased security at the dig site, and it's being said that the Canadian federal team might also send some experts, so this place can be given the status of an official historic site. If this happens, then the digging will reach a new level, where not only will discoveries be made, but there will also be full preparation to present those discoveries to the world. Now let's talk about the most important part, the closing hook. That's the line that keeps ringing in your heart and mind, like bells. So listen, friend. What's been found this time at Oak Island isn't just a clue. It's a door. A path that was probably closed for centuries, and now for the first time, someone has seen a glimpse of it. If this path opens, then the truth that comes out behind it can change the whole world's thinking. This isn't just about treasure. This can be the beginning of rewriting history. Now think, what we've seen so far was just the trailer. The real movie is yet to come, because what's behind that tunnel? What's hidden inside that vault? And what was the motive of the people who built it? All these questions are still incomplete. And if you too are interested in these mysteries, these theories, and these secret discoveries like me, then do one thing. Subscribe to the channel so every small and big update from the next dig reaches you first. Because friend, what comes out next time might not be just an answer. It could be a shock for the whole world.